Okay. Hi everyone. Give me just a moment to get ready, and we will begin. Okay. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. We're gonna do a live reading today of one of my favorite stories by H.P. Lovecraft called "The Call of Cthulhu." Okay, here we go. Chapter 1: The Horror in Clay. The most merciful thing in the world, I think, is the inability of the human mind to correlate all of its contents. We live on a placid island of ignorance in the midst of black seas of infinity, and it was not meant that we should voyage far. Sorry. The sciences, each straining in its own direction, have hitherto harmed us little, but someday the piecing together of dissociated knowledge will open up such terrifying vistas of reality and our frightful position therein, that we shall either go mad from the revelation or flee from the deadly light into peace and safety of a new dark age. Theosophists have guessed at the awesome grandeur of the cosmic cycle wherein our world and the human race form transient incidents. They have hinted at strange survivals in terms which would freeze the blood if not masked by bland optimism. But it is not from them that there came a single glimpse of forbidden aeons which chills me when I think of it and maddens me when I dream of it. That glimpse, like all the dreaded glimpse of truth, flashed out from an accidental piecing together of separate things, in this case, an old newspaper item and the notes of a dead professor. Ooh. I hope that no one else will accomplish this piecing out. Certainly, if I live, I shall never knowingly supply a link in so hideous a chain. I think that the professor, too... I need a drink. Hang on. I think that the professor, too, intended to keep silent regarding... Ooh, wrong pipe. Regarding the part he knew, and that he would have destroyed his notes had not sudden death seized him. My knowledge of the things began in the winter of 1926 to 27 with the death of my granduncle, George Gammell Angell, Professor Emeritus of Semitic Languages in Brown University, Providence, Rhode Island. We did it. Professor Angell was widely known as an authority on ancient inscriptions and had frequently been resorted to by the heads of prominent... Hello? Hello? Wait.
Hi.
Hey.
Whose heads?
I was reading from Lovecraft.
It sounded like you were gonna cut off people's heads, and that as I was walking in on you.
No, I just
your death cult.
Okay, well, I mean, I wanted to go in a new direction because, the views are dropping because I don't really make videos lately, and I figured the few people who do come along, they probably are into what I'm into, and I really like Lovecraft, so I wanted to read it so that they could hear it from my voice, and I thought that was a good idea. I don't know, but I guess
if you do side comments on the side, like "What the fuck is this shit?" and stuff like that, maybe.
I mean, I guess if you guys want to,
I just realized that you're live as well, you piece of dog shit.
So I guess if you guys want to just, if you guys just want to do like a regular stream instead, I guess that'll be all right.
You can read Lovecraft if you want. I just listen to you all day.
Yeah, it's like an audio book.
I don't want to listen to Lovecraft. I hate that shit.
No, forget it. Forget it then. It's stupid idea. Fuck.
I'm so stupid.
All right, so I guess let's do a stream. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the weekly stream.
I can't believe you made me part of a bit, you fuck.
It's not a bit. I was serious. Anyway, what's up, Sir Sick? Welcome to my channel stream. What's up?
Stuff. And Ting?
Is there stuff? Is there stuff really?
Yeah,
Is stuff happening? Is stuff going on? People doing things?
Well, the most fun thing, we'll start there, is we were in a super collab, which was actually really good.
Yeah, we were in a cool super collab of very nearly viral and white YouTuber.
I mean, not. I think we should just start joking each other off about how amazing our bits were and how everyone else was just basically doing the same bit over and over again.
Yeah, I actually really liked Clyde's, the Paps guy, the living guy,
the one who did the live action.
The live action.
I'm surprised no one else did. I don't think anybody else did a bang noise at their end of their things, and I was expecting that more often as well because I would have done that.
It wasn't just a bang noise. He straight up did like the blood effect and everything. But, so he was literally murdered on screen. Actually,
I just I was expecting other people who didn't do that whole live action thing as well to actually do, because like I said, that's what I would have done. But maybe I'm just super talented and handsome. I was really pleased with my bit. That took me fucking 4 hours. Or something like that.
Yeah, I watched it with Chris and we were laughing at that bit too.
I was very pleased.
Mine was undeniably the best. Save the best for last. Mine comes in last.
You know, yours was so good, and I was just like, I was loving it because I knew what was going to happen as well. Because I know you. I was like, oh, he's doing it like everyone else. This is going to go somewhere. Ah, there we go. Oh, abuse, excellent. And then it is funny, and fucking hell.
I don't know if anybody knows I don't know how many people know what we're talking about, but this video is up on White YouTuber's channel. It's up on Very Nearly Viral's channel.
Watch it on Very Nearly Viral. Don't give that cunt the satisfaction of views.
Yeah, I hate how well this works out for that cunt. It works out so well for him, but he's
actually
cool.
Apparently it hasn't worked out that well because he's getting a lot of bitchiness from Chris Ray Gunn fans.
Everyone. Yeah, especially on his channel. I saw the.
I feel like that was a tactical choice, and it would have been a tactical choice that would have worked out great for you because you love pissing people off. But he seems to be a little bit legitimately upset at just how annoyed some people are. I don't know, because he actually seems like quite a nice, gentle guy, and I don't think he was expecting people to be quite so pissed off.
I don't know how, because even as I was watching that part, I was like, why are you going after Chris Reagan?
It's like,
what are you doing here? I don't know if I get it.
I feel like that they were going for, look, it's a joke, but they forgot to do the, look, it's a joke bit.
I feel like what they were actually going for is, hey, Chris Reagan, please notice me. I'm the white YouTuber. I do collabs. That's what I got out of it. But either way, it was a little weird. And then the comment sections are like just going, "What the fuck you being mean to Chris Reagan? I like Chris Reagan. He's
Chris Reagan can't defend himself. I've got to come to this comment section and like be manly because Chris is soft. He is too good for you, white YouTuber." Sorry.
Chris is beyond reproach, and you're an SJW.
He's too pure for the internet. If he's
there is kind of like that's kind of going around though because Very Nearly Viral did their crazy hair video.
Oh yeah, and a lot of people got really upset about that as well.
Yeah, it's like you talk shit about my favorite YouTuber, and all of a sudden you are an SJW, and that's my favorite part is that they jump right to SJW. Yeah, it's immediately, you can't have like an interpersonal conflict with somebody in your own.
It's not like they're going, okay, fucking Chris Ray Gunn or Blair White. Okay, we want you to go to their channels. We want you to harass them. We want to know their personal information. We want to fucking get them fired from their jobs. No, they're making fun of them in a video like they do to everybody. Yeah. That's not SJW behavior.
It's straight up bizarre to me that people who constantly criticize the SJWs for shit.
No! Why? What did we do?
Did you just turn my stream into a collab?
Oh no! What? YouTuber.
What the fuck are you doing here?
You invited me.
Oh yeah. All right, what's up, man? How's it going?
Two things. Wait, can I say two things?
No.
Yeah, sure.
Say one.
All right. One, Didro, you're fat.
Mm-hmm.
You're fat.
Yeah.
All right, and two. All the people that roasted me, Sir Sick, you're the best. That was awesome.
I know. It was.
No,
it's like, damn it.
Nonsense. Fuck you, man. That's why. See, you got really bad taste in comedy. That's why you shit all over the fucking God King Chris Ray gun.
And I get yelled at.
God, yeah.
We were talking about that though. We were talking about how funny it is when people on the anti-SJW side see anything of anybody on the same side criticizing people on the same side, and they immediately jump to "you're an SJW, closet SJW."
I mean, Whitey is an SJW, but there are many other reasons why.
I am, dude. I love, the whole echo chamber thing. Like, I looked into it. It's like, wait, so you?
It sounds like a really good idea.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly. Like, you like hearing things that only you agree with. It's like, I love that. I want to fucking live in one forever.
It sounds like a good idea. It sounds like a good idea.
No, I have to admit, it was pretty crazy. It's so crazy how people were that upset.
So when the collabs to you were really like an actual surprise. Roy didn't tell you.
That seems like a Roy thing to do.
He didn't say, unless he didn't, I just didn't. I like skimmed it.
Unless he did. Maybe I didn't read it.
Yeah. That sounds like something you would do, or that you just didn't understand.
Well, the thing, I don't know if you saw my little spiel at the end, not the trains, planes, automobile thing, the thing after that, where I almost didn't do it because it was 16 minutes long. I legit, when I saw it was 16 minutes, I was gonna be like,
fuck this shit.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, dude, fucking unfollow me, never talk to me again.
Thankfully, it was literally half the work.
You're out of the band. Yeah,
but yeah, I noticed the last 5 minutes.
That's what I was saying when I commented on your little 22-minute collab bit on Twitter. I was like, this is pretty much what you need to expect from Roy and Lacey. They don't really do collabs. They do like full-on videos and then work in places for you to come in.
Yeah, tiny little places that you literally. I haven't done a collab with them yet, but from what I've seen of them doing them, there's about half a minute of the person they're talking to, and then shitloads of them.
It's funny, yeah. Like my Lacey Green video, Roy and Lacey did a little bit about the smoking dog and all that, and their video was like 3 minutes, and I asked them for like 30-second clip, just because I'm gonna flesh it out with a whole bunch of YouTubers, and their video was like 3 straight minutes. So you'll notice when you watch that I have broken up their contribution into like 3 separate parts and spread it out throughout the whole video to make it work. But every time they send me something, they're like, yeah, you can cut stuff out if you want. Like, we got carried away.
But I can't.
We did too much.
All of this is gold. It's gold, damn it.
I did want to say one thing. I forgot to say it on Ari Bear stream, but you get this a lot in sports so people were commenting going, you really shouldn't be talking shit about Chris because look at your channel and look at, your videos. And 2 things. One, yeah, I know my videos suck. I know. That's the joke of the video. I don't know if you saw the collaboration. I don't know if you saw the video you're commenting on, but literally everyone said my videos suck. But 2, for some reason, there's this normality with people, right? Where if you don't make content at all, you can criticize everyone, but if you do make content,
and you can't. That's actually a very good point. I'm surprised it came from you, but it's still a very good point.
Well, you know why it came from me? Because one of the rare things I know is sports, and if you watch sports commentary,
oh shit, yeah, that is actually a very good point.
If you see an football player, like a backup quarterback, going, well, so and so is not good, people will go, you're really in no place to talk because you were even worse when you played. It's like, bro, he at least played. You haven't done jack shit. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but I watch a lot of it, and I drink a lot of beer, and that means I'm correct.
It makes no sense. It's so dumb.
Well, I mean, it makes sense in a way. It makes sense in the way that people all want to be a part of something. They want to be an active contributing member, but some of them just can't. They can't do the stuff that I want to say we do, but I don't actually do anything anymore. So I noticed that like, look at the stream. We got 18 people in right now. Only like a couple of weeks after, we used to average around anywhere between like 60 and 100 people would come into the stream. But now you see that the numbers have dropped simply because just for a while.
Yeah, you bag of shit.
So there is this constant. It ties into like the fact that there's this constant demand for content once you start making it. So you're either a commentator or you're a content creator, and it seems like you're kind of stuck between the two.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, that's the thing. If you criticize people and you don't make content, that's 100% fine. But also, the second you start making content, you're not allowed to criticize. That doesn't make any sense. And you
get held to a really weird standard. The second
I never said his videos weren't better. I said he was unoriginal. Which, two things: one, it's a joke, and two, it's true. He's not original. In what way is he original? None. I'm not original either.
I mean, nothing's original under the sun, as they say. But he has his own style. I was saying earlier. I was saying earlier that this Chris Ray Gun stuff was when we were watching it. I was watching it with Kristen. I was like, "Whoa, I don't know. I don't really get this part."
To be fair, I actually told Roy. I was like, I might not even do Chris Ray Gun. I might just make fun of myself when I do it. And then I was gonna plan on making fun of Bearing and literally make jokes about his channel that are my channel. You know what I mean? Like, you have a white background. You got something sitting on a chair. But
to be fair, that might have worked better. Yeah. But at least you've got lots of angry at Chris Ray Gun fans now, so that worked out.
Yeah, the only reason the reason I went back to Chris Ray Gun is I saw Roy. He made a thing. He like right before I go off, he says something about Chris Ray Gun. So I said, fuck it, I'm gonna do Chris Ray Gun. Who cares?
Well, you know what the problem is that the rest of the YouTubers you're using are all like pretty good examples.
Yeah,
like,
that was.
Everyone else is genuinely shit.
Yeah, and then there's Chris Ray Gun, and he just doesn't fit.
I knew people would lose. I knew that, though. Like, going in, I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a thumbnail. I'm going to put Chris Ray Gun right next to Joyce Sparkles. And people are going to lose it. Like, put the two people. Like, because that's
just hacks. YouTube hacks.
Yeah, and just call as if they're both in the same boat. They're not like Chris Ray Gun's videos, even though I personally can't watch them. I know they're good videos, but Joy Sparkles, that's not even a video. That's a podcast.
You just roll with the troll. Just go with it.
You got
lead by example, Ed. You need to double down and act as if you have no idea what they're talking about.
What are you talking about? This guy's
Ed is a master troll of anyone and everyone.
No. I'm a master. I'm only a master troll with people who agree with me.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Safety. You're pulling a safety there.
I'm a master troll. I got over.
Unless you care about subs and views. If you care about subs and views, it's kind of a stupid thing to do. But when you don't, it's kind of fun to.
When you have, he's basically very zen about it.
Yeah, but because at the end of it, there's no real disagreement. There's no real hostility towards these people.
And no one gets hurt, really. I mean, some people
they just get
tricked. Feelings.
They just get tricked. Yeah.
Speaking of hostility and disagreement, you guys see that thing with Bearing and Loudmouth?
Yeah, I was quite involved with it.
You were?
Yeah.
What did you dox Loudmouth or something?
No, the day before. I had done a collab with him.
Ooh,
and so when I woke up this morning and I saw this shit, I was a little bit fucked off.
Okay, so you're gonna have to help me out. I saw your video earlier today, Sick, that alluded to it.
Yeah.
Bearing. So what is the whole thing? He went on a tirade about how Bearing is
essentially
responsible for guilt by association with Devin Tracy, right?
Bearing did a thing that wasn't even really a collab. That's one of the things. He took Devin's video.
I was gonna say thank you. I forgot to mention. I was watching his channel and I saw that. Wait, is this the same video? And it was.
Yeah. So it isn't actually a collab, and it's basically Bearing isn't allowed to associate with Devin Tracy because Devin Tracy is bad. Now, I don't care if Devin has or hasn't done whatever the hell they're saying. That doesn't interest me. What interests me is the fact that Loudmouth decided to present the fact that he'd gotten someone to stop his patron to Bearing and gloat about it. And he had an hour-long fucking chat with Bering, which ended with him. Bering really quite ran. I didn't realize I'd not watched Bering do something like that before. I didn't realize how fucking good at it he is.
At what?
If he knows what he's talking about and he has like his eyes on the prize, Bering will fucking tear you apart. It's kind of scary.
Well, all right. Here's the thing. I'm gonna let you guys know a little secret. You don't get that far being an idiot. You know?
Well, no, of course not.
All right, yeah.
Which is why you'll never get that far.
Exactly. By the way, Sir Sick, are you at 10,000 subs yet?
No.
No.
Oh, don't worry. One day, buddy. One day.
Yeah, but at least I have people who love me.
If I collabed with literally everybody on the planet, I'm sure I'd get there eventually.
Oh, snap.
One thing before you say, by the way, tell your daughter to be quiet. Adindro, what was your girlfriend saying in like the background? I had to increase your volume by a lot, bro.
Yeah, I was.
You're welcome. By the way,
you increased the volume.
Oh, by a lot.
The volume?
I had to.
Oh, good. Yeah. Good. I'm glad you did that. Yeah. We see that's the thing. I did it when I came home from work and I had no time, so we did it really quickly. And she was definitely too far away from the microphone where she was standing. Yeah. So I was just
when you're in the kitchen, it's hard to get to a bedroom.
Yeah, she was in the kitchen. Well, no, but so I realized that from the computer I could hear it fine. From my phone I couldn't hear it like at all. And from her phone, it was blaring, and you could hear it clearly. So I was like, "There's a problem with the audio. Hopefully they'll fix it because I don't care."
That is the scummiest thing I ever heard in my life.
I mean,
he's lazy.
You know what I thought you would do? I thought that what you would do is you would put little subtitles instead of actually bothering.
I have no.
Well, I didn't know you were the one editing. I thought it was going to be Roy's thing, so I was thinking in terms of Roy doing it.
To be fair, Roy would have gotten to it first, and he didn't bother.
Yeah. Roy wouldn't have bothered. Roy wouldn't have bothered. Yeah.
I actually monkey this. By the way, like, did you guys all? What happened? Like, did he contact you individually?
I got a message saying, "Hi, dude, can you just make this thing?" And it's just you saying that we're great and that the white YouTube is shit and that that you're being coerced somehow. And that was it. No instructions. So I just sat and me and the missus spitballed for a bit and we came up with what I made. And I imagine that's what literally everyone got, was just no fucking instructions.
Yeah, which is funny. I got the same thing. The funny thing is that everybody kind of had the same idea.
I find it funny that only you and I came up with money and everyone else came up with guns.
I know. I actually noticed that when you said money. I was like, oh, that's awesome because we do the stream together. We got the same brain.
Yeah, I was gonna actually ask because everyone did like their held against their will and everything, and I'm watching that and I'm like, they didn't have to say that. I mean, they all think my channel sucks. They could have just like, hey, this guy sucks. You didn't have.
Yeah, so we were told to do it under duress.
Oh, okay.
I think it was to spare your precious little.
I wasn't actually. I don't think he said duress. Did he say duress? I don't know. I do my own thing no matter what he asks me.
Oh, that was great.
And I like the idea of everybody reading from the paper and that kind of thing. Like we all did essentially the same thing. Actually, I think yours was probably the most
incredibly different.
Yeah, yours was.
Mine was a fucking advertisement.
It was. It was great.
Mine was like over here. There's the company is JML that do those sort of adverts, but you over there you got like there's a few famous specific guys who do infomercials, and that was the vibe I was going for.
Well, I mean, I have to do our traditional invite Roy to the stream, even though he's at the bar and can't come.
Do you ever invite Lacey?
Don't, but I just figured. You know what? That's a good point because I literally think of them in terms of like they're conjoined twins, like they're together.
Roy and Lacey
all the time.
Roy.
Yeah, I do. I think I feel like when I'm talking to Roy, I'm talking to both.
To be fair,
stop that.
when I did my clip and I sent it to Roy, he didn't respond straight away, and I get really like antsy about things. So I sent him a message, and I was like, "This is not fast enough." And I sent one to Lacey, and then Roy responded and said, "Oh yeah, I've got it. It was great, thanks." And then, like 3 days later, Lacey popped up and went,
"Okay,
oh sure, yeah, I'll tell him."
Oh my god!
Have you not seen it yet?
All right, I'll give Lacey a link too. Anyway, here's exactly what he sent me. Any chance you could do me a short clip calling the white YouTuber a talentless hack and us amazing, but make it obvious that somehow we're forcing you to say it in any way you want to say it?
That sounds identical. That sounds
I'm gonna read the rest.
Pasta.
How long do I have? Like 4 hours ish. Probably a bit longer, actually. I'm at work. Why is nobody catching on to this pattern? Making this job up to seem like a real person.
Now, see, that's the thing. So at one point, I tweeted out and tagged you. I think a couple other people. I think Sick might have been in it, and I was just like, "You're all dead to me." And then you comment, Ed, going, "Oh, well, at least we finally know that you watched the video."
Yeah.
And I was saying, like, did you guys at one point before I made that tweet all know who was in it and who got part? Like,
I didn't know who else was. I only knew Ed was in it, and I specifically
I learned from your tweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of dude. Like, I've talked to Jeff Holliday's wife maybe once. So the fact that she was in it, I was like, oh, this is so nice of her. That was cool.
Yeah. I liked her.
Who's the white
weird special effect? Who is this guy?
Yeah, I did like the little. It kept going back and forth in the video. That was cool.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of a lovely thing. Like if I ever got anything like that, I would be pretty. You seem to be genuinely chimming about it.
Yeah, because
like, just like, oh, this is so nice.
It was. I linked. All
I do wish you cut that part out. The part at the end where you're like, "Oh, seriously, guys. Oh, I didn't even get it. Oh, cut that shit out."
Because Ed and I would have just called everybody a faggot and told, unsubscribe from them, subscribe to me, and then kill everybody. Lel. I didn't even know you could do that to the host.
Yeah, well, I just did. Let's see how long it takes this fat ass to realize it. Yeah,
he's probably just gone for a shit because he's like, oh, I don't have to talk anymore.
Yeah, I took a piss real quick.
What he means
I
by that
hate
is
that you can mute me on my own thing. Like, fix
that
this.
Doesn't
Google.
make any sense.
Well, yeah, but with the whole outro thing, I'm my bad for. I'll stop being honest. I'll start lying.
Yes, exactly. So, now you understand.
Stop being sickeningly sincere. Ugh. Ugh.
I say one good thing ever in my life. All of a sudden, it's too much.
It's too much.
I know. It's like you're accepting a.
You're not as good as him. You haven't earned what he's earned.
Oh, jeez.
Leave him alone. Leave Chris Reagan alone. Yeah, no, but it was fun. It was a fun video. I liked it. I was, although when we went into it, I was like, "Fuck, 22 minutes. I don't want to fucking watch a 22-minute video."
That's what I said.
I just skipped to my part.
Honest, there were chunks of that I just like 5 second forwarded through because they
you didn't.
Oh, I did. It was only the bits like when they were staring into camera because that goes on a bit.
I was thinking about fast forwarding that, but I didn't want to step on any toes.
Did you add in the screeching noises?
No, they did. I added in my face though, and
all right, fair enough. I do you know I thought that was a you joke.
No, I'm not that.
Now I think less of you.
You know, the thing is though, when they mentioned that dude, the dude that sits down and everything. So I was watching I watch these videos where it's like top 10 creepy YouTubers or something like that. And he was in one of the videos because apparently he's had 2 videos, right? Where one, he does a video like that and he pees his pants, but he stays seated like that.
Oh my god.
Smiling on the camera.
That is pretty funny.
And not only that, there's a video also. I don't know if it's deleted or not. And it might have been scripted. It's probably fake, but apparently it's him doing the same thing, 4 hours sitting down, and someone breaks into his house, sees him sitting there, and just runs away. And he doesn't move. He doesn't miss a beat, which I think that might be scripted.
That's got to be. He might be a... have either of you heard of Poppy?
A puppy?
Yeah. Poppy.
I love Poppy.
Poppy is...
Oh, yeah.
If he's what I think he is after you've told me that...
It's a girl.
Well, yeah, Poppy is a girl. But basically, she does these like quite short vloggy type things.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah.
Super fucking creepy. And they're also
supposed to be.
I think they're hot.
He just turns it down, jerks off.
I just jerk off to it.
Except for the one that goes, "I'm Poppy, I'm Poppy, I'm Poppy."
I love it.
No,
He's
I don't
like,
turn
"Oh, this
it
is my
down.
favorite."
Her voice is gorgeous. I love it. I just
Well, it's a
sit there and
different
just
person
jack it.
now. It was a different person in the beginning.
What? No.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a different person. Look at the videos and look at the old and new ones, and then look at the people who exposed it. It's a different actress.
No way.
Who looks really similar, or
Of course. Like, what are they going to look for?
Exactly the
That is
same.
very Poppy to do that, to be honest.
that does sound exactly like the thing that they would do. Oh my
That's
god!
and that's what they're supposed to do. Like they had an idea to make a channel that's really obscured and weird, and people are going to talk about it, and boom, it blew up. So they're doing.
Yeah.
I commend them for that.
No, but she's also a singer. Like she does have like
Actual
legitimate
songs.
songs.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
songs are creepy too,
As-
aren't they?
As Poppy. Not all of them.
At least you think that in the background.
No, this is this.
Hello,
Sorry,
Satan.
different actress. You're watching some conspiracy shit. She's the same actress.
The
It's a different person.
No, it's not.
And I'm
He's
also
read the credits. It says a different name. It must be a different
a
person.
different person. You and Sargon are the same person. Just deal with it.
Okay.
Also, hippos are they're worse for this world than ISIS. So, and you and Mycroft should probably learn about that.
Remind people about this hippo conversation
Yes,
that was on a channel
hippos-
that nobody watched.
Hippos annually kill more people than terrorists. So the fact that you guys
Is
terrorists,
that actually true?
Is
That's
this
100% true.
It is
That's,
true.
That's awesome.
yep. So you guys,
Not in the United States, though.
Wait. What if there were hippo terrorists? Would we all be dead?
we haven't confirmed about that, but the fact that all you guys are making these anti-ISIS videos, maybe you should start being real skeptical. Yeah, make some anti-hippo videos.
Be more skeptical.
Yeah, be more skeptical, you fakes.
I'll work that in. I'll work in an anti-hippo video when I get kicked back. I do have an idea for a video. By the way, the 22 of you who are here. I gotta get a beer. On my little mini fridge I got set up. It's fucking great.
You and Jen have-
You have a mini fridge next to your streaming
dude,
setup.
Fucking
That's
awesome.
fucking genius.
Oh, that's great. Anyway, yeah, so I do have an idea that I'm going to be working on. I'm actually put it together tomorrow, and then put it out. So there will be a video soon, and I'm very sorry that I have a life and I do things in the
That I
real
have
world.
a job.
Yeah, fuck you. At least you could do is
We wouldn't love you if you didn't hate us.
Roy
is like, I got a PayPal link all over the place. Least you could do is drop me a couple $100.
Roy goes, wait, you have a job? How do you make so many videos? I'm like, bro, I got 2 jobs.
Yeah, how do you? Actually,
I told him, I was like, some days I don't sleep. And I just make videos all throughout the night.
Just a lot of coke. A lot of fucking
can't
coke.
do it. I started this too old, and I have done too much bad things to my body to be able to do something like that.
I have one too many children, which is 2.
There's that too. I'm surprised you make as much as you do just by virtue of having children.
Do you
But you
know
work
how much longer it takes to make a video when there's a small person who walks in the room every 5 fucking minutes to ask you a question?
By the way,
It's slow.
Sick, what editor do you use?
I use Sony Vegas. Well, Magic's Vegas, but still Sony at the moment.
I don't Magic Vegas?
Magic's it's they've sold it off to a company called Magic's.
By the way, I have to leave in 15 minutes because I have to get ready.
Oh, thank God.
I have to take a dump. That's going to be an extra 30 minutes right there. So
Destroy that toilet. Yeah.
I demolish toilets. It's my job.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one. So we figured out what one of your jobs is. Toilet demolisher.
Professional shitter.
Isn't that just his YouTube title?
That's my channel. My channel's professional shit.
So how old are you, man?
It's 5.
I'm in my
Is that privileged information?
no, I don't tell anyone, but I'm in my early mid-20s.
I thought so.
Okay. Yeah. See that makes more sense because if I had started this in my 20s,
Oh, shit.
I would have had a lot
Getting
more
out
time.
videos every 5
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, and I would do exactly what you do, deprive myself of sleep, which I did, but I did it for other reasons.
My girlfriend's calling.
My depriving myself of sleep
What?
was working all weekend and like going out partying, working fucking 11 in the morning till 11 at night, and then going out partying till like 5 in the morning.
Yeah, I was losing sleep for like actual good.
You're actually being productive, you freak.
Oh, it's terrible. He's also on the phone. He's on the phone with his girlfriend right now. So while he's doing that, and before he leaves, I guess that's a good time to queue up the article we wanted to look at. You're going to surprise me with an article, right?
I have like an article, maybe. I can't remember if I linked it to myself. I don't think I linked it to you. Wait, no, I can't link it to myself.
She's the secretary. She's the stream secretary.
I must. Yeah. Oh, this one. I don't know if you'll find this one interesting at all, but I found it interesting, and we like to descend into talks about games, and it's about games, and about rich people. So paste.
What's it called?
It's called GTA 5 and the Problem of Privilege. An elite school uses the controversial games to teach life lessons.
Is that from this year?
That's from like super recently. Like
really?
Let's have a look. I can't find a date. It is Polygon, and they're all style over substance.
You made me click on Polygon.
I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Okay, I'll agree to your privacy policy. We now own your docs. You will die. Yeah, I literally can't find a date, but it turned up in my the comment section, August 4th, 2017. Yeah, so this must be recent.
Well,
it turned.
I don't know.
I'm assuming August 4th.
Yeah, but yeah, I thought it looked reasonably interesting. It goes on a lot about.
You might get
nonsense.
Is it Russell some Jimmy's with Adindra a bit?
Yeah, this is gonna piss me off.
Yay!
Let's do it. I'm drinking anyway. So anyway,
you don't have to get up to drink now. Yay, drunk.
I know, right? In my mind, we were gonna wait until Whitey fucks off, but to be honest, he is being very disrespectful now. So let's just fucking start. I'll go ahead and I'll throw this in the chat if you guys want to look at it. Give me a sec.
Shall I start?
I haven't read this. I don't know what it's about, but I feel like I'm going to get angry.
Royal Street George's College in Toronto is an elite private school, an all-boys school with an Anglican liberal tradition and a very good choir, with annual fees of around $30,000. That's, I was going to say Australian, then that's Canadian. I don't know what that translates to. Is it like $5?
Fair. I don't know. It's a bastion of wealth and influence, though, so I guess it's a lot.
The school recently undertook an experimental education exercise that sought to address its students' privilege. It tasks senior students to play Grand Theft Auto 5, brilliant, to come together in group sessions to discuss how the game frames and expresses their own lives in comparison to the lives of people less wealthy, less white, and less male.
You couldn't have thought of a worse game. You couldn't have thought of a worse game to do this with. It is a game about awful human beings.
Like, and that is all of them. Every single person, white, black, man, woman, everyone in that game is horrendous.
The most innocent person in this game is the gangbanger from the ghetto who kills people for money.
Yeah,
that is the most pure and innocent version of a person.
And his entire goal in life is money. And his character arc is money.
Yeah, the game ends with like that's the kind. The line is like the type of capitalism we practice. There's a whole like subtext to this that is, and sometimes in some ways it actually like really sings to the SJW mindset, just in a more rational way.
I mean,
but continue.
There are sort of SJW talking points that aren't complete bullshit. It's just usually the methodology that fails. Grand Theft Auto 5 is set in a fictional US city of Los Santos, which crime and violence are central. Many of the characters in the game are self-mocking stereotypes of urban American fictional landscape. GTA 5 is a celebration of
many equals all.
Yes,
every single one of them.
Thread of GTA is satire.
Yeah, it's very cynical and mean, like angry satire as well. Yeah.
I mean, well, the thing to remember, at least for the American audience, is that this is essentially an English game made by a lot of English people. So the reason why a lot of the satire is so biting is because it's English. I know some of the writers are American, but the games up until I think San Andreas, they were all made in fucking Scotland.
There is kind of an English lens. I kind of get that. I kind of get that. But I don't think you have to be English to appreciate it.
Definitely.
To be honest, I think you'll appreciate it more as an actual American, especially if you live in California.
It's great.
And I know people who do, and I would never, ever.
GTA 5 is a celebration of glamorized criminal class living in a moral vacuum. No, it's not.
It is a what? It is a
celebration of glamorized criminal class living in a moral vacuum.
It's
You'll find it's a video game.
No, but it.
The fuck you guys? What are you laughing about?
We're already halfway through an article on Polygon. It's very highbrow.
What's Polygon besides the shape?
Have you played Grand Theft Auto 5?
5? I've seen people. I played it a couple times. Yeah.
Well, this is a game about this is an article about Grand Theft Auto 5 and privilege. So, some college in Canada got a bunch of people together and had them look at Grand Theft Auto 5 and play it, and then come back and talk about how it reflects them.
What did they say specifically? To come together in group sessions to discuss how the game frames expresses their own lives in comparison to the lives of people less wealthy, less white, and less male.
Right.
Which is
a bunch of white dudes, just pitted white people against black people, which is
healthy,
historically tried and true for unity.
It's a good plan.
It's a good plan,
and a great game to choose to do it. Lol.
I stopped paying attention. It sounds stupid. It's boring.
Bye.
I thought you were going to kick him then.
No, I think
I'm not gonna kick him.
I think some YouTubers actually make videos on stuff where it's like, never mind. This is not the right topic to bring it up.
Okay.
What?
Your contribution to this stream, I must say,
you think
priceless.
You think I was going to contribute? My fucking girlfriend called me. You want me to not talk to her?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do it all the time, idiot.
I know, but your girlfriend's 12, and Sir.
She's not going anywhere.
My one's.
Yeah, that's not a girlfriend. That's your daughter.
This is my wife, practically.
Yeah, she's like your
birthed children.
She's your neighbor that came
old
over.
Soul and face.
And I have saggy tits.
Ooh.
Oh. Ooh. I heard the word tits. I can ignore the rest of that.
No, I heard the word saggy.
Saggy. You say saggy.
I have saggy. Ooh.
She's got saggy privilege.
Anyway.
It says GTA 5 is a celebration of glamorized criminal class living in a moral vacuum. That's basically saying that it promotes being a criminal, saying how glamorous it is. Even though plenty of times in it goes to show how shit it is.
And none of them are happy. Like, even at the end, literally none of them are happy.
It's kind of like whenever you listen to Anita Sarkeesian, like deconstruct something in that feminist lens, it's like they have no concept of anything that's not on the surface. Like, they don't get satire, they don't get the tone of anything. That is just a common theme. Like, they just don't pick it up. They don't understand why this thing exists and the point that it's making, unless it's telling you straight out. So, like like an example of something feministy would be straight up going, "You have white privilege," and if you don't say that, you can see, because you can make a feminist thing about white privilege that doesn't just flat out say white privilege in it, right? Without that word in it whatsoever. But they have to have it like spelled out for them. And they want to be the leaders of the free world, you know.
I think they just say that stuff to broaden their horizon. Like, I don't think anyone at that peak even really means all the stuff they're saying. They're just saying it to get more fans and money.
You want to think that. I don't know anymore. I think a lot of them genuine.
Then I also think when I see some videos, I feel like people actually make response videos to that stuff sometimes. Not all the time, obviously, but sometimes. And they only make response videos on it because it really wouldn't be much of a video to go, oh, she's just doing this for money. That's the end of the video. See you next week.
Yeah, well, I think some of them do, and I think Anita Sarkeesian is a good example of somebody who does. But the problem is that trickles down into the people who are fanatic fans of those people.
Do you not think that to some extent? Do you not think to some extent that Anita believes her own bullshit?
I don't know.
Because after the whole the Sargon Gate thing, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, man their gate, she seemed to genuinely believe her bullshit.
Maybe she's buying. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I mean, she's got to know when she's making her videos that she's technically inaccurate all the time.
The only thing I can really think of is that she knows she's got two minds of it. She's got the feminist SJW sort of mind where she believes everything that she's saying, but also there's other side as what can I say in order to make money?
Yeah, the cutthroat entrepreneur.
Now, see that's a very good point. It'd be awesome if that came from a man's mouth, but yeah, no.
We're gonna have to ignore it and actually say anything else.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like I said,
the penis.
Yeah, but it's mine.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's getting harder to tell, but the truth is that people must actually believe it when they're trying to pass legislation based on it.
Yeah.
Trying to, so enough people believe in it that it's worth
the thing. I think
about.
Once legislation gets passed and stuff, I always look at, oh, so they're so-and-so, they hate our kind, so they're trying to pass this bill. It's like, no, someone in the background is getting paid more money. That's why it's getting pushed. So I'm very cynical. I think a lot of things, for the most part, especially when it's up to that kind of fame or whatever, it just has to do with money and helping yourself.
There's sort of a perpetuity thing where it's like when I think about what happened with Worski and Franny.
Oh God.
I think of it like maybe she was genuine up until the point that everyone on her side did what they did to Lacey Green, and we're like, why the fuck are you talking to these people? Blah blah blah. And she's married to one of those people, and then she just felt like, you know what, I have to double down. So therefore, fuck Andy Worski, fuck the stupid basement dwelling trolls who hate us and blah blah blah. And she goes on this tirade on a fucking podcast. Maybe there was some genuine feelings at first during VidCon, and then those all fell away when her circle was like, no, you have to be like us. You have to do it. You have to do it this way.
That is possible. The other possibility is that she thought that podcast wasn't like no one was going to see it.
No, what anything, dude? I can take a dump right now in private. There's probably a video of it. I mean, everything.
Well, then stop filming yourself taking a dump and putting it on the internet.
Yeah.
Do you think people have cameras set up in your bathroom?
I think
he has cameras set up in his bathroom.
You've got a second.
I'm pretty damn sure that after this admission, he has cameras set up in his bathroom. That's a fact.
That's going to be a future thing. He's got all these cameras set up, and he's filming all this private moments, and he's going to make himself a separate channel that is his stalker,
the white poop tuber.
I have to leave in just a second, but I was going to ask you guys. I'm planning on doing this. I'm planning on doing a collab, right?
Oh, are you? Really?
But it's going to be me, and I'm going to collab with my old avatar.
Oh,
I guess that's not a good idea.
Because no one else wants to collab with you.
I mean, I don't know how we fit into this.
Oh no, I just want to know if that was a good idea.
You wanted to know if it was a good idea.
No, it could be funny. It could be funny.
You want to collab with yourself? Is that what you're saying?
Both my
I get it. It's like if the new Simpsons collabed with the Tracy Ullman Simpsons, right? The really badly drawn Simpsons.
I think if the new Simpsons collabed with,
which they did do this
with the series from the start when they were funny. So basically, you're just going to tell yourself that you sold out.
I thought I was original. That sucks.
No, the Simpsons did it. The Simpsons always did
it.
If you have an idea, the Simpsons did it.
But yeah, if you do it the right way, it could be funny. It's not a terrible idea.
Basically,
the way you phrased it when you first said it, I think both of us thought you were just going to switch back to your old avatar. I'm like, okay, so
yeah. But if you're talking to your old avatar,
that has some mileage.
or it could be awful.
You know, like a good YouTuber could probably do something with that.
Yeah,
I'm sure you'll think of something.
This is going to turn out bad. That means.
You know what? I've actually thought of something similar, like my avatar talking to my real self, but that is it. It's a bad idea.
Well, with you, yeah, that would because like,
with me, it's a bad idea. It would be really stupid. But with you, yeah, it's just two avatars going at it and like talking about the difference between then and now. I don't know, maybe.
By the way, Sick, are you ever going to do a face reveal?
Maybe.
Yeah, like I would say do it when you hit like a big milestone in subs, but that's never going to happen. But
oh, so clever.
I don't know why it's
Get the fuck off my
It's not
channel.
that impressive.
All right, bye guys.
Yeah. All right, dude. We're gonna get through this article and then we're gonna fucking.
I have to say it. I'm 20,000. Shut the fuck up.
What a piece of shit.
What a turd.
What a fucking arrogant asshole.
You know what?
You know he makes it on the backs of other people.
Well,
on the backs of other
let's
people.
be fair. That is true. That's why he's famous for being Mr. Co. He climbed on my head, stamped me down, and ran past me.
Yep.
Filth. He's human filth. He's garbage. He's garbage. And I'm
gonna blame any and all lack of success I get. I'm gonna blame on his success.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah,
so it's all
like a plan.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Fuck that fucking guy. Anyway, let's read. I am interested in getting through this because it is a place that is close to me. I've played Grand Theft Auto 5 like over and over. I love it so much. And when Kristen came, I'm like, oh, Kristen's never seen this whole game. I got another reason
I have to play it all the way through again.
So this is a game that is near and dear to me. It is my favorite Grand Theft Auto game.
Do you play a lot of the online, or is it literally just single player over and over again?
I like the story and I like the characters and I like the game, and I do sometimes play the online, but never.
Have you ever 100%ed it?
Yes.
Oh, I couldn't be asked.
With a guide. I don't know how anybody does it without a guide to find all the missing. I wanted to see what happened and I didn't want to spoil it because there's two extra things that happen, which is the Bigfoot thing, which was kind of a disappointment, and the the Twin Peaks Laura Palmer thing, which is the who killed someone.
Oh,
Lenora,
isn't that like a bonus thing if you had it on the 360/PS3?
No. It's in every game. You collect the letter scraps to find out who killed. I could have
sworn that was one of the bonuses.
I love that the whole thing was a Twin Peaks reference. And if you've been paying attention, you know I'm a huge fucking Twin Peaks fan.
So was that one better?
No, of course not. But
no. I mean, was that better than the Bigfoot one?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good.
But yeah, those two things, and well, there's also the UFO thing. You want to get 100% to get that UFO thing, which is also disappointing. But I don't know. I've 100%ed every. By the way,
isn't it?
Yeah, I've 100%ed every Grand Theft Auto game though.
Have you?
The challenges, apart from the collecting stuff, which is a little tedious and boring, the challenges are like you have to do this many jumps, stunt jumps and all that.
Oh,
and
go under bridges and all the other
those
stuff.
are actually fun to do when you're bored and you got nothing else to do. It's just find a ramp and try to get the best jump off of it.
I only ever get about half a dozen of the stunt jumps when I play through it, because I'll see one of the jumps and go, I'm going on that.
Well, GTA 5 nerfed it so that it's like, because it used to be 100% meant 100%. You have to do fucking everything. But GTA 5 was so big that expecting you to do every stunt jump was unreasonable.
I thought there were only 50 of them, aren't there?
No, there's more, I think. I don't know how many there are, but bottom line is you don't have to do all of them unless somebody's going to correct me in the comments and I'm going to be angry. So just shut up. Don't say anything in chat.
Don't be right.
Just you're soulless spectators, and we don't need your opinions. But yeah, basically, I do know that. And then there's other like stuff like you fly a plane under a bridge a certain amount of times.
Yeah,
right.
Well, I thought it was under a bunch of specific bridge.
It is, and there's a certain amount that you can do, and then there's a certain amount that you need for 100%.
Okay, fair enough.
Article, please.
She hates it when we don't.
Talking about bridges and planes. Come on.
She's literally she'll sit there sometimes and just show me an article.
You don't have to be here.
That's the thing. We'll be in like a big, deep, in-depth discussion that could go on for ages. She's like, "We're going to read an article yet?" It's like, why would we? We have those for when we have nothing to talk about.
All right. All right, let's go back.
I think it's your turn to read.
Oh, is it? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Now that I'm getting
Rags
drunky
isn't
and
here
slurry.
to take over completely and annoy me slightly.
Where are we?
Love you, buddy.
Where are we in the article?
Where GTA 5 is a celebration of glamorized criminal class living in a moral vacuum. It's 4 paragraphs.
See, God damn it, that bothers me so much. It's the word celebration.
Yeah.
Because it isn't. It's so the opposite. Anyway.
I mean, look at Michael. Michael's life gets mostly worse in that game.
Well, see, here's the great thing about everything works out in the end, because that's kind of how, or it doesn't. You've got 3 different endings. But the best ending, obviously, is where everything works out in the end. You get all your revenge and everybody goes about their lives. But the whole point, here's the whole point. And they even reference this in dialogue at the beginning of the game, where it's like one of the characters is like, no, you just work for one dude. Then he takes shit too far. You kill him, and then you go off and work for another dude.
That's Lamar, isn't it? Is that his name?
Yeah, and he's literally detailing what you do in every Grand Theft Auto game, right? You go work for one dude. He gets too big for his britches. You murder him. You go work for some other dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just casually said, yeah, I noticed that right away. And I'm like, this whole game is kind of self-referential in terms of how the Grand Theft Auto universe works. So you've got in this game Trevor, Michael, and Franklin. Franklin is every Grand Theft Auto character starting off. Franklin is the main character, basically. Yeah. The black gangster guy is the main character. And he's the guy who's just...
Franklin is like Claude Speed as well, because he starts off with nothing.
Yeah, exactly. He's the upstart.
Yeah.
He's the upstart, and then he's the rag to riches guy, which is what the games are always about. But then you've got Michael and Trevor, who are 2 different sides of a coin. Michael is the upstart who gained success and now has to live with that success, sort of got out of the game and made it.
So he's sort of your character from the last game now.
Well, it's kind of like Tommy Vercetti, you know? And how his life would be after
was an interesting, because he wasn't just like a low criminal. Like, he was clearly supposed to be a lot higher in his
yeah. But yeah, and in the end of it, though, basically Michael is he got out unscathed. He didn't die. He made a deal with the FBI and all that, and he's living the life, and it sucks. He's miserable, he's bored, and he hates his family, and he hates
misses his fucking whoever anybody but him.
Full on midlife crisis. And then you got Trevor, who is literally the player.
Is the player surrogate character? Yeah.
Yeah, which is the player just goes on rampages, murders as many people as possible, and doesn't give a fuck. And Trevor is like a representation of that in the world, which is terrifying and perverted and disgusting, right? And that's cool. Every character is a representation of a Grand Theft Auto
also
mindset.
Just realized how similar him and Rick from Rick and Morty are as characters. Like, take away Rick's science, but leave his exact same morality, and it's the same character.
He's completely amoral. Yeah, and that's the point. Michael has a code.
Yeah, although
Trevor
once player agency jumps into that.
Yeah, and Franklin just wants money. He just wants to be successful because he's got nothing.
I have to ask: did you ever fire rockets at Michael's house? If you go to his house with a rocket launcher, shoot it a couple of times, he phones you and says, "Stop firing rockets at my house!"
Really?
He shouts at you.
Of course, now we're at the point where the best thing about this game is that there's so much shit in it.
Yeah.
Just so much shit in it.
The amount of dicking about and the amount of things that they thought of that people might do, like hunting the other characters down. And you can either hang out with them or kill them, and then
or stalk them and piss them off so that they start fighting you.
Or you can run over like one of the kids or Michael's missus, and you get sent a bill for the hospital. Just those little things, and they're beautiful details. It is really a wonderful game. I mean,
It's a fucking masterpiece. But let's see what else I have to say. I'm interested to see where they're going with this. I have a few ideas, but I'm not 100%. Anyway, my turn to read then. Okay.
Yeah.
The game's development was overseen by the Hauser brothers, who come from an upper middle class white background. That's important. That's so important. And who attended a highly rated private school in London. There's your British influence there. Los Santos is a long way from. See, this is one paragraph that just says, by the way, they're white and they have money.
Yeah. How dare they?
How dare they? How dare they? And so Los Santos is a long way from Royal St. George's College, as well regarded as a well-regarded 2009 documentary chronicled the lives of some of the college's students.
Right.
I'm not reading that.
Yeah, I would have done the same thing.
As one reviewer put it, the film reveals the pangs of adolescence in the context of social privilege.
Well, let's be fair. These kids do have social privilege. Like, they're rich kids going to a rich school. But like one of the kids in the picture below that, clearly not white. There's a kid with a very distinctly dark skin.
Very Asian kid. Yeah.
He has just as much privilege as the rest of them.
Why would you use that promotional shot?
For all of these white privileged kids. We won't mention the Asian ones.
See, now here's the thing. These students are not unaware of their own advantages. In the documentary, a local politician addresses the student body. You're amongst the most privileged people in the world. What you do with that privilege will define you as a person. Of course, they have privilege.
Yeah, they're wealthy. Or at least come from wealthy families. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has literally nothing to do with the color of their skin.
Okay, Paul Devasi is an educator with a keen interest in how games can be used as teaching tools. He runs a website called Ludic Learning. He penned a report for the United Nations on the usefulness of games. This is getting boring. He's also a teacher of blah, 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 fucking blah. He pitched the idea of the course based on GTA 5 to the school's administrations and to the boys' parents. These students are upper middle class white males,
except for the ones who aren't.
Except for the ones who aren't. Yeah, forget those. A very dominant social group in North American society.
Do you want to look up this school and see if we can spot any black kids?
No,
because there's even one.
If there's even one.
To be fair, if there's even one, it shits because they keep saying as if they are all definitely white.
It is weird. They only ever seem to operate on averages. They don't actually consider the individual. Isn't that funny? These are the individuals. He actually says the word individuals, which is weird. These are the individuals who go on and obtain higher powered positions in society, in governments, in politics, and industry. Wikipedia lists.
So this is a place that actually gives people an education. They don't do gender studies.
I don't know.
They've become high-powered Starbucks workers.
I don't know, man. It's Canada. Wikipedia lists more than 50 old Georgian alumni who have received notable careers in politics. Okay, this is boring. No. Get back to GTA. GTA. That's. I'll read. It's like an infection, I think.
It's a group, I think, that has been sensitized to other realities. The way they typically encounter these other realities are through mitigated experiences like video games. Right. So basically, because they're wealthy and privileged, they couldn't possibly have any experiences outside of being a wealthy person. Because they're not individuals.
Their perspective only comes from video games and movies.
Their outside perspective. They've never been to a town and been mugged with their parents. Their parents were then shot and they become Batman. I'm sorry, I'm going off on one here.
Playing this game can be compared to a colonial experience.
Oh my god!
Are you actually kidding me?
We got to skip a little bit though. This goes on. Race tourism. I think maybe we can start there.
Race tour. I think that's a part that I read that made me go, "Eee, my brain."
Yeah, this is just about.
Yeah, let's say we can't do this whole thing. I'm gonna kill myself.
Where's race tourism?
Just read this paragraph here and then go
under the Franklin picture.
Okay, there we go. Big letters.
Yeah, read that, 'cause it says problematic games.
Problematic games can provide a valid and relevant fields from which to have constructive discussions. So GTA 5 is problematic. They open up conversations on violence, misogyny, body image, and racism. It's very important to think critically about our relationship to all these issues. So apart from anything else, they're saying that problematic games are important.
I don't know. The idea of choosing GTA 5 as a sort of like base note for racism when there's a black guy working with two white guys to do something.
And he is their equal, at least after a while, because he's the upstart. It's got nothing to do with him being black and everything to do with him being poor.
Dude, this is way too long. I'm not doing this anymore.
Oh, wow, it is.
Oh, it's just the comments.
No, it's not. It's way too long. I'm scrolling through it. It's too long.
Because race, tourism, gender and sex, violence and masculinity, schools and games, and then it's done. So there's 4 more sections. It is pretty fucking...
I'm going to straight up skip to violence and masculinity because I want to know the point.
Yeah. Gender and sex, women.
Okay,
there we go.
He didn't choose Grand Theft Auto because he's a huge fan of the game, nor because he particularly despises it. So it's somewhere in between. Just happens to work as a cultural learning tool. It doesn't, though, does it?
No, not really.
I mean, maybe it could. It probably could.
I think in some senses, maybe, but it's in a made-up place, and
no, it's in LA.
It's technically in LA.
It's in
for all intents and purposes, it is LA. Yeah.
All right, okay.
And it is, it's in LA, but it's also in the rural parts of, not necessarily California, but just any rural place. Like, could be Texas. Like the Sandy Shores place could be a bit in Texas or Arizona. Probably Arizona probably is the better. So, I mean, the whole point is that you've got deep poverty connected to, the most
wealth.
Yeah, exactly. So it is very much an economical kind of comparison of class. It's
one of the
doesn't really pay much attention to race.
One of the things that still blows my mind about a game as a game world as big as GTA 5 is it's still nowhere near as actually big as the city of LA, even remotely.
Well, yeah. Can you imagine though?
Well, they did True Crime Streets of LA, which was block for block, like a representation, and it was fucking enormous.
And it was terrible.
And it was absolutely. Oh yeah.
Game.
It'd be difficult to make a good game in a world that's a world that a meaningful world.
Wouldn't it be better to take students to a place where they would be able to actually experience it firsthand, rather than tell them to experience it through a game?
Need to take a shot.
Well, not like Compton. You don't be like, "Hey, student, let's take a trip."
Take a lot of wealthy students to a poor area. Yeah.
You want to? Well, let's go to Southside Chicago for a fucking field trip. See how many of us get shot. If you don't get shot, you get an A.
Actually, that's how school should be.
I'm not necessarily opposed to the idea, actually. Yeah. But I mean, there is some. It all depends on how you frame it, though. The bottom line is, you do a class like this, what's going to be important is how you're going to frame it. What is your narrative? What do you take from this? Because that's literally how they're setting this whole thing up, is to just make people aware of privilege and race and everything. There's a whole narrative tied to the entire experience. So it's not, let's just hear what people have to say about this. And what did you take away from how the game, treats modern day society and culture and all that? How do you feel about what's the point it's trying to make, or any of that? It's basically just, so now that you played this game, don't you feel bad that you're white?
Yeah, I get that from this as well. Like it's even though it's trying to lay on like, oh no, this is a social experiment and everything like that, it does come across as basically saying, well, if you're a male, if you're white, and if you got wealth, then basically everything that's happening in this game, you should count yourself lucky. Everything that happens to you in this way, and look at all these poor people. Look how amazing you are compared to them. Don't you feel guilty because all these people are suffering?
Yeah, it's basically saying we have this whole narrative, and we're making you realize now that you're, and I bet it works. I bet it fucking works too. It basically,
like college, isn't it? They're still in that sort of stage where they can be manipulated. So yeah.
to be fair, there's a part of this that I like. I like the idea of emphasizing to rich kids that they have it good because of the money that they have and because of the positions that they get and everything. And to understand that you're not in the majority, that you're a smaller group, and the bigger group are people who are struggling, not necessarily suffering.
Well, I like that because
I'm struggling, but I'm not suffering. I'm struggling.
Especially if these kids are going into positions of power, and then going into that sort of position and knowing that they're wealthy and knowing that they have a privilege through their wealth.
Sure.
It can mean that they can actually make some actual changes when they go into power. But this is
I might even put it from a perspective. I'd be like, the people who made this game kind of hate people like you. Like, the people who made this game, like, this game is a very cynical view of modern society, very, very aggressively cynical too. It's a bitter game. It's an angry game, and we might want to deconstruct, why this kind of content is created and where this kind of mentality is coming from, and what the people who are making this are thinking. You know what they do instead? They go, the two main guys. Forget that there's a whole team of people. But the two main guys, they happen to be white, and they happen to have a lot of money, and they happen to have been born into privilege. Let's focus on that. Let's make that a focal point.
That doesn't make any sense though, because if the whole point of the game is to reflect on actual reality of what's going on in actual cities and things like that, then the whole idea that it's made by two rich white guys, wouldn't that sort of like devalue the fact of this? Saying like, oh, well, they wouldn't know. These white people wouldn't know what it's like. So this entire game is basically a bad representation of what actually goes on.
I guess. I don't know. But there's value to be taken from something like this. And instead what you've done is you've wrapped it in racial privilege narrative, which is, to me, kind of silly. I mean, honestly, there is a privilege element, obviously, to this, and I'm fine with the word privilege used appropriately. If you have more money, you have more access, and if you have these things, you are privileged. The end. Like, why do we need to go?
Yeah, I don't know why there's like a 90-page article explaining this, but yeah.
Let's see.
Anyway, so carry on. You might as well read this.
Yeah, well, no, I'm going to skip a little bit actually to
all right.
The part of the takeaway was many GTA 5 players talk about the game being an open world where they can do anything, and Dervasi's students were no exception. He decided to address the issue. Lack of communication is a huge problem with men. What? This game really doesn't allow for a great range of communication.
It goes on about, oh, well, these are stereotypical characters and things like that. And it's just like you just made a stereotype out of the entire mankind.
I don't understand. Like, all you've figured out is that people really like the freedom that they get in the game, and that's what they want to talk about the most. And then it's like he wants to address the issue. What issue? That's literally what the game is. It's a game that gives you the freedom to do whatever you want, within the limits of.
You can't do everything you want because the police get involved. There's always, like, the whole point of it being a moral vacuum, as they put it, is frigging bollocks. Because if you fuck up and start shooting people, police will come after you.
Okay, let me see. This game really doesn't allow for a great range of communication. When you hit a pedestrian on the street, the pedestrian usually says something negative because, they don't like being hit. And then you have the option to either run, punch them, shoot them, stab them, or use a flamethrower or something. What it doesn't allow you to do is open up a dialogue tree where you can say, hey, I apologize for having bumped into you. Why are you being so mean to me?
Fucking hell.
That lack of communication is a huge problem with men. Only men. Trust me. Women never resort to violence. They never or just say something negative.
The idea, I don't know. Like, I've bumped people in the street before, and they don't say things like that to me back.
See, this is my problem. The lack of communication is a huge problem with men who are often unable to articulate and resolve problems in an unaggressive way. It's a prevalent issue. I have met so many fucking women who this description fits exactly. I have met so many.
Yeah,
so many. I live in Florida. Kristen's close. She gets really fucking crazy. But like, yeah, the lack of communication is a problem with men
only,
who are often unable to articulate and resolve problems in an unaggressive way.
I have never gone into something aggressively with another human being. Like
you are kind of a pussy.
No, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm intelligent and articulate. I don't need to start fights.
So when you play Grand Theft Auto, do you imagine like a dialogue tree coming up when you bump into somebody and be like,
"Oh no, no! If someone even
vaguely
knocks into me, like if someone like hits me with their car, I pull them out of the car and then I drive the car over them and then I blow the car up."
The first thing he
did, just real life.
The first thing he did when he put up GTA for me to show, he went into a park and killed a dog.
Just to show I could.
I was like,
are you thinking of me when you did it?
That's horrible.
No, I didn't know you then. I've killed a lot more dogs since I met you. Real ones.
Real ones in real life. Check out what I can do. I can kill a dog in a park.
Look, no one cares.
Look at the lady. She's so freaked out. She's running away like an idiot. I'm going to shoot her too.
This is fucking Last Action Hero, man. Come on. Real world doesn't give
This is a problem. What we're doing right now is a problem with men. That's what we're doing. By the end of the course, the students started using words like hegemonic masculinity in our daily conversations.
And what the real boys were like was like, this is faggoty ass shit, isn't it?
If you're gonna
in our daily conversations, and they started understanding. Finally, they realized how these representations of men might be problematic.
So you're using a game that is, even if they've said it themselves, based around violent actions, in order to make people understand that all men are violent.
That men are constant. This GTA 5, real life.
100%. You're not supposed to like these characters.
No.
And you do though. You in a way you do. Right?
You don't fucking you
don't aspire to be these characters or to have their lives.
I've never felt any sort of connection as a one-to-one human being type thing to any of those characters. I can sympathize with some of their plights, but not with them as human beings, because they are amoral. All of them, really. Because I control them and I'm fucking awful. I'm like some high-functioning autistic when I play a video game. Just run around, steal stuff, break stuff, not giving a shit what other human beings, at least in terms of the game's representation.
Yeah.
Just
so do you understand how this is super religious?
This is getting back to the whole video games make people violent, or is it basically just saying this is a betrayal?
100% there. No, it is there. It is there. Obviously, we can't ask schools to bring GTA in. It's not realistic. It's not going to happen. This experiment was more of a probe than a model. I don't expect other students to do it in this way or to actively incentivize their students to play violent or sexist games. So the whole point is that they're deliberately taking this game and saying it is a problem.
Yeah.
And we're going to expose students to the problem with context, right? It's like when you're teaching your kid about, racism exists in the world and here's why we have war and, really bad things. And you try to explain to your child that the world isn't a happy, wonderful place. This is what they're doing with a video game.
Mm.
An evil product, and now let's try to, with supervision, with adult supervision, we can give you context as to why this horrible thing exists
and is absolutely real and not a work of fiction. You might as well give them a fucking zombie book.
It's not even that. It's saying like this is a reflection of what the real world is like, and because and it's your fault because you're male and because you're white and because you're rich.
And you play a role in this, or you're susceptible as well, because they often put it in the ways that the men are more susceptible to this because of the.
If this was such a problem, there would be so much more problems.
Yeah,
like there is the occasional nutter who did play GTA and may have found some of their inspirations to do fucking crazy shit But let's be frank, they were going to do crazy shit anyway. But
I mean, they
found some of their inspiration in a GTA game. Why aren't there infinitely more of those if these are such a problem?
This is the video games are violent hidden under a mask of new social justice thing, isn't it?
Mm.
That's all it is. That's all. It's just regurgitating shit, but obviously with a bit of an agenda now.
Oh, it always has an agenda.
Well, it's all about planting seeds. I'm teaching them how to become media literate and to become better citizens and to become better people. This isn't the end of the journey for many of them. This is the start of the journey. What I'm hoping is to plant seeds about race, gender, political ideology, and to think about the operations of power and about interrogating these things. When they go off into their next level of their lives, this will perhaps help them better contextualize their place in the world.
Did you see how cleverly he put in the next level of their lives? He knows gamer speak. He speaks to me on a personal level. Fucking.
I didn't actually catch that, no. But yeah, the whole point is to make them in my own image,
don't teach them how to think, teach them what to think.
Yeah.
Teach them what to think. Absolutely. Or don't teach them how to think either. Like, just never mind. I'm sorry. I said that wrong. But yeah, teach them how to think, but show them something and just take their reactions back. You don't have to then say, okay, well, you understand that all black people have it worse than you, that you're a problem, your masculinity is a problem. Like, just show them the game, and then let's talk about.
Yeah, your whiteness is a problem to people of color. Your sex is offensive to women,
or at least a problem to them.
Yeah, and then your wealth is also a problem to the majority of the poor people in the country.
You know, it's usually quite shocking that there's even wealth mentioned in this, because it's so fucking rare that wealth comes even up.
Maybe this.
Well, yeah, because most of the people talking about this
progress being made.
It only comes in the context of rich white.
Yeah,
well, you're not ever just rich. You're rich and white. And those two things are never really separated. You're never just rich.
And there's never always poor white.
No, they never. They don't seem to think that's a thing. Isn't that weird?
No white people.
I don't know. It's all these people who are poor and live in like high poverty areas. Are they just in disguise? Or what are they doing?
They're just
but when you're poor and you're white, at least you're white.
Poor white people are just.
My skin will save me.
Yeah,
they're just culturally appropriating the poor culture of black people, and they really should give it back and get all their money out of their secret Swiss bank accounts, because that's where I keep my secret money. So they must have it, because I don't understand that not all white people are me, because I'm fucking
never
retarded.
Any shortage. Never any shortage of a. Anyway, never mind. I'm actually going to wrap this up. I'm drinking too much.
Are you drunk?
Yeah, I'm too drunk. I lost. I had something to say and it just like fell out of my brain. And when that happens, I know I got to stop. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks guys for coming this time. Thanks Whitey for stopping by. And look, keep watching. Keep your eyes on this channel, because I am actually going to be spending all of tomorrow putting something together.
I will share it. Don't expect much. My subscribers hate.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try my best to start making at least bi-weekly content.
Ooh.
So yeah, I'm gonna try.
Wait, that's once every 2 weeks, not 2 every 1 week, isn't it?
It's 1 every 2 weeks. Yeah.
Gay. Mm-hmm. Oh well, at least it's.
We like your videos.
Well, it's earlier than I wanted to come back. I was going to wait until the end of August to even consider making more stuff.
Are you that inspired?
No,
I am so fucking inspired.
Not inspired. I just have one idea and I want to do it. So anyway, thanks for coming. You guys have a great one. You have a great one. Sir Sick. And fuck you guys. I hate you.
Bye-bye, Poopy.
Bye-bye.